as you stated, then that's not the way the business should be conducted.
My name is Dan Vecchies. I'm defending the position a little bit of the downtown business district and this allocation of $43,000 for police. I got two comments and I got a question for the city police and Chief Chell in particular. First of all, it's unfortunate that the Niagara Gazette spins things the wrong way. I'm very concerned with that because they haven't been, the allocation of money for the 3rd Street Business District and our working with the city police is not a reaction to the concerns of Club New York or what's going down, what's happening in that area. I approached the city council and they approached the chief of police to start having dialogue so we could start developing an entertainment district that would cater to all cultures. We're looking to develop that area, and part of that is police presence, to keep an element, no matter what race, out of that area so we can start developing it. So a bit of what you're reading in the paper is not accurate. I've been accused of being half black at times, and last time I looked in the mirror, I'm pretty sure I'm white. However, I have been recently, about 12 months ago, I was pulled over with my wife, going to dinner, turning the corner, police officer pulled me over. Soon as I rolled down the window and asked why I was being pulled over, there was 3 other cops around my car, big lights shining in my car, told me to shut up, get out my license, get out my registration. I was pulled over because I didn't use my turn signal. I was going with my wife to dinner. We were sitting there for a half an hour, never made it to dinner. No charges were filed against me. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know why I was being treated that way. And that's my comment on that. My question is there a formal due process if situations happen for anyone? You know, obviously, there wasn't racial profiling as far as I know in that area, but I was treated with a lot of disrespect by police officers, and there was 4 cop cars surrounding my car. So and nothing ever, you know, I didn't get a ticket for not using the signal. I didn't get a ticket for anything else. But I was held there for about 30, 35 minutes.
What area were you in?
I was downtown Niagara Falls. Is that the it's the wrong area?
My name is Mary Johnson, and this is not a new problem. This problem is old. It's at least 20 years old. Almost 20 years ago, we had an organization called the Niagara Improvement Association that we were addressing the same problem. So there hasn't been a solution because we're here today asking the same problems. What we need is some solutions to the problems. Every police chief that we had, Mothers for Something, and the NIA has been at the police department. So now what we need to get down to the grassroots, find out what's the matter, put somebody on it so this can come to it. It's an old problem. It's 20 years old because we did this in the 90s. We were here and we had no answers. We're here again today with no answers.
I'm Harvey Kelly, pastor, New Hope Baptist Church. When I came here 25 years ago, we had more African American police officers than we have now. And that's my first concern. There should be a goal as to how many African American police officers we will have in view of the fact that our African American population, minority population in general, continues to increase. But my second concern is when I came here 25 years ago, that was a slogan, a motto, or a mission statement on our police cars that's no longer there. And it simply said to serve and to protect. And that is no longer there. And I'm glad that members of the city council are here because I've been told that it's not there because it's a matter of cost. But that should be placed back on our police cars because that should be the mission of our police department, to serve and to protect.
We have people who make the laws, people who interpret the laws, and people who enforce the laws. Between those 3 groups, I've noticed that there is a breakdown one group doesn't know what the other group is doing. And each group does its own thing. And nobody is accountable. When will we all as a group get together and start being sensitive to our problem? You can say all you want to say. Now, we can talk about the police department and we can talk about it, but the mayor, the city council members, these two groups of people seem to be not on the same pages, and they are not working together. The mayor does his own thing and nobody says anything. The city council members do their own thing and nobody says anything. And of course, when that happens, I wouldn't blame it. If the police, I was a policeman, I'd do my thing too. So friends, let us come together as a group of people. We all are human beings. When this city goes down, we all go down. When something happens in one side of the town, it happens to all of us.
I'm one of the females that was beaten up here in the city of Niagara Falls, which you all didn't hear about it, okay? They beat me because I called for my protection. And do you know why I was beaten? Because I filed a complaint against some rookies, okay? Months before this happened, all right? Now for the last 2.5 years, I've been fighting for my life. And it's not right, Lieutenant Cello. I've called you. You didn't return my call. I'm hemorrhaging. I'm dying right now behind all of this. What came out of all of this? What happened? Everything was hush-hush. I've never seen this church, and this is my church, St. John's Church. I've never seen it this full until today. So you know there really is a problem here in the city of Niagara Falls with the police department. Now would you please answer me? Thank you very much.
I'm not aware, Mary, unfortunately, that you did call. If I did, I can't recall. I will talk to you afterwards, and I will meet with you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm just taking in the whole meeting, and I'm listening to everyone's concerns, and they're real concerns. I'm glad everyone's here. I'm glad I came. What I'm getting out of this is we need mutual respect for everybody, not law enforcement towards civilians, not civilians towards law enforcement, in both communities as one. Until we get respect both ways, like you said, you'll be fighting it, the same battle you're fighting now, 10 years from now. The first thing's respect. To me, second is accountability. Everyone's saying the same thing. It's just a matter of start doing it. Chief spoke about surveillance cameras on the vehicles for traffic stops. I think that's the first step. Now, you can do the same, right? I mean, do what you can. If you can do a little surveillance camera in your house, you can do cell phones when you're pulled over, put on the video. Anything that's going to create accountability for both sides. Let's work together. It's respect, and let's work on accountability.
Are you going to have some kind of meeting with the officers that's out here on the streets? Because a lot of you said, like, a lot of people said had something to say, and you said, oh, I wasn't there, I can't speak on it. Well, what about the police that were there? Are you going to have some kind of meeting or something to try to change this? Because it's ridiculous, you know?
Police officer for 24 years, and with the exception of about 13 months, I've been on the street the entire time. I am new to the afternoon shift, about 5 or 6 months, but not new to the issues. Prior to the afternoon shift, I spent the last approximately 6 years on the midnight shift. So part of the reason that Chief Chella asked me to come today is to go back and speak to the officers and continue to address the problems and concerns that everybody in this room has. And just so you know, I hear about this concern from Chief Chella on almost a weekly basis. He is terribly concerned about this, and I hope I'm not speaking out of school, but I've seen the stress in the chief's eyes. He is seriously concerned about this issue, as I am, as the supervisors are. It's something we want to address, and as everybody I think agrees, we all need mutual respect across the board, and we have to give the citizens a respect. It would certainly be helpful if we got that coming back. I think one of the things I've learned in my experience as a police officer, and I'll just give you one little anecdote. As a young police officer dealing with young men on the street, we get into this tug of war sometimes. One side wants to be, you already know what I'm going to say, right? One side wants to control that situation. So the other side's, kind of quietly says, no, I'm going to